Welcome to the Hub Fizz live show, and this is all about getting ideas to help you and grow your eco-conscious business. So today I am joined by Alessandro Ferullo of Flowing Health, and we're talking about creating movement in your business. Alessandro has been teaching the ancient art of QiGong for over 25 years, and I've known him for quite a few years now as well, and he helps people to recharge their energy and grounding and improve their health and well-being and a lot more. So for anyone tuning in, please post any questions you have in the comments. The show is only 10 minutes, so if we've got time to answer them live, we will. Otherwise, both Alessandro and I will get on after the show and get to all your comments and answer them. So welcome, Alessandro.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah, thank you for being on the show. Right, so they're going to do a couple of different aspects here. We're sort of going to do creating movement in your business, but sort of creating movement in yourself as well to help your business. So from a business point of view, I wanted to know, because you're so busy over social media, I see you doing lives all the time, you're constantly updating your website, you're doing emails. How do you find the time to keep all of this stuff updated while keeping that work-life balance as well?
Yeah, I think I wake up earlier now and I write down ideas. I get a lot more ideas. I think during lockdown, because people seem to need a lot more support. There's a lot more stress around. I get more ideas on which platforms I can use. And I've noticed, for me personally, video is definitely a great way to reach people, because I can demonstrate things more easily than a post or a blog. And so I've really enjoyed, making videos, which I can say put on Instagram, which is shared to Facebook, then I put it on YouTube. So it's actually using video a lot more. And a lot of the themes are very spontaneous. They come to me spontaneously, like when I spend more time in nature, I'm sharing where I am in nature. People, find that inspiring and think, oh, I'll go out for a walk. And, thank God during lockdown, we've all been allowed out, at least, to relax in nature, which maybe a lot of people don't tend to do. So I've been finding myself doing things that I didn't do so often, sharing those, and then people get inspired, because we're all on the same journey, really. So
yeah, fantastic. And how have you found this is what positive impacts have you seen on your business because of all this activity that you're doing?
Well, I've never been this busy. So obviously, everyone has been on Zoom a lot more. That's the only way, one of the few ways we can communicate. And I didn't think it could work that well, but I've noticed with Qigong and energy work, in this time, I've set up a membership group. So we have about 15 people. I teach online live sessions. I offer half-an-hour free sessions at the moment, for anybody interested in knowing more about Qigong, how they can recharge their own energy system. And I've had people from as far as New Zealand and Goa yesterday, a 75-year-old lady who found me on YouTube. So it's quite interesting how by putting content and value out there, especially I think on YouTube, because a lot of people like free content, but actually free content can lead to business as well. So my business has never been busier, and I'm very grateful that I can share these things easily enough online, although ideally I would like to be in a group of people or with people directly. So we can't do that, but Zoom seems to work very well.
Yeah, no, it definitely, I think, during this time it's been quite hard, for businesses like yours, which are really good in person. But I mean, I love watching your videos across the different channels, when you're going out to the parks, and amongst nature as well, because Qigong is very nature related, and I love that, because something in my business is working with eco-conscious people. So I love that connection that you have with nature and going out and doing things. And and I can see as well, from having chat to you over the while, the membership, you only started that quite recently. Yeah. And through doing a lot of this activity and having your one-to-ones and everything, that's really increased and jumped. And also during this time, you've done a lot of immunity boosting stuff as well, haven't you? So which I think people need during this time.
Definitely. And it's not it's not simple, but it makes sense that if we can, you know, we're at home, most of us, what can we do to take care of our own health? I think a lot of people are just waiting for things to get back to normal, which I think is never going to happen. And even now they're talking about other viruses coming already. It's like we do have, you know, possibility to take control of our own immune system by obviously nutrition, you know, many different things, you know, good sleep, things like that. But Qigong, what I like about it, it's, you know, it can be for children. I did a series for children during lockdown, which sort of came to me one day. And, you know, I went in the garden, I just filmed it, you know, 7 videos available, you know, free of charge to people for their kids who are home. So it's a kind of, it's important to have movement in our lives, you know, even if we're homebound, and then some stillness as well. And Qigong is a good balance of movement and stillness to help rebalance the immune system, because sometimes either we're thinking too much, which we will do a bit of exercise on clearing the mind in a minute, but if we're sitting at our desks a lot, or on you know, working from home on computers, that's quite stressful, even though we may not realize, you know, we may be comfortable at home, but actually it's quite stressful staring at a screen for hours on end as well.
Well, I know I'm guilty of that. So yeah, very sedentary job. And I do try and sort of get out into the garden and do stuff as well. But I'm really keen for you to demonstrate some tips to do, you know, especially for people sitting like me at your desk. Yeah, it's some little tips you can do to kind of relieve that stress and sort of take that pressure off your body and, you know, create more flow, improve your posture. So yeah, I mean, we've got a bit of time, so I'd love to see. Yeah,
let's do. Okay, so initially, I think posture is really important. Energy, you know, flows through the body, up and down the spine, and often the spine gets a bit blocked because we're sitting on what we call the tailbone, the base of the spine. So if we sit more towards the front of the seat, when we're working, you know, on a computer or whatever we're doing, then it helps to loosen up the spine and soften the spine, get the energy going. But if you wiggle, you can imagine wiggling the tailbone into the earth, which kind of releases the spine. Then the head, you know, is released a bit, and the neck often has a lot of pressure as well. So you can close the right hand, close the fingers and put it on the neck, close the left hand on top of the right, and just lean back, kind of smooth the neck, because a lot of the energy gets kind of stuck in the neck. Sometimes they call it office neck, that the neck collapses a bit, especially when we're staring at screens. So this is quite a good way to smooth the back of the neck and then release a lot of the tension. You can push up, like gather the tension from here, push it up and off the body a few times. So that's for the neck and the spine. Every so often wiggle the hips so you loosen the spine and you feel slightly taller. It's like the head is slightly floated up. And then shoulders, you know, working a lot on computers. So with the fingers, it's like a tapping, but this goes quite deep when the fingers are put together into the muscles.
Feel more pressure then, can't you?
Definitely, and it should be a bit painful. A bit painful is not a bad thing. It means that it's going deep into the shoulders and the arms, and energy has to reach the fingers, but often we have a lot of pressure and tension in the shoulders. So start with the shoulders. You can do the back of the neck with the fingers together. So this is a very good one to kind of release the tension, because we tend to hold it up a bit. So releasing.
Yeah, you tend to do that without realizing.
Without realizing, and then you can clean off a bit. It's like clearing the energy, any stuck energy. All the meridians come through the arms, so this is very beneficial.
Okay.
And then the head, you know, we think a lot, and a lot of the energy is stuck up here. In Qigong terms, if you put your feet on the ground flat, this is connecting with the earth energy. This already helps to be a bit more grounded rather than, you know, all the energy up here. But quite a good way to do this. We'd rub the hands together to clear the head, every so often clear the mind, and then move the fingertips, and all the fingers relate to the internal organs. So when we keep the fingers flexible, can put the hands together like this and clear the space between the fingers, helps the whole body. So you can treat the body actually through the hands often. So this is a good one. Squeeze the hands. Then the wrists have a lot of energy trapped as well when we're working on the mouse or keyboard. So good to, This is from the bear practice. Like it's like the bear, the paws of the bear, but actually you're releasing pressure off the wrists, off the fingers, and then the fingers more flexible. You can work more efficiently, and then just cleaning off the face. It's like cleaning off any dusty feeling, and this is helping the mind, clarity, getting rid of mental fog, for example. So it will clean off the face. And then the division between the hair and the face. This is often where, you know, headaches, or we get a bit stuck, or energy can get stuck between the front and the back. So it's like a cleaning. And maybe the most effective is just moving the energy the front to the back, from the front to the back. Because often when we're thinking or worrying or anxious, the energy is a bit heavy here. So this is a very simple technique, just to move the energy from the front to the back. And if you look up, like breathe in deeply, the mind becomes clearer. It's like just completely washing the brain energetically.
Fantastic.
Then you just feel a bit clearer with the eyes, with the mind. So posture, do some, you know, tapping, and then clearing energetically. Then you can every so often take a break, do that for a few minutes, and you're ready to go again.
Fantastic, thank you. All right, well, we are out of time, unfortunately, but I will go back and watch all that, and I'm sure get people to follow you. We'll share your pages. If you've got any links that you can share, like your membership and everything as well, it'd be great if you could share that in the comments of the post. And then hopefully look forward to watching more and more of your videos and stuff that you're putting out there. Some fantastic content.